Alright, it's time for another Wii mod. Check the camera, make sure the camera is right. Hopefully you can see this. Alright. So this Wii mod, it's got the DVD drive does not work. There's no DVD drive in there. It works off a hard drive, but this one has the hard drive installed on the inside. The USB cord curls out. It's routed through the inside of the Wii, curls around and plugs into the Wii. Now you can still add games to this if you know what you're doing. All you have to do is unplug the other cord from the Wii, take the entire Wii to your computer, unplug the USB from itself, then plug the USB into your computer and mounts up just like a hard drive, if you know what you're doing. So this will come with this white console, this nunchuck, brand new sensor bar, third party, and this brand new ice blue GameCube. Had to take it out of the package to make sure it works with this mod. Wii mods are sensitive. Also comes with the AV cord and this Wii remote, that nunchuck. Alright, let's get to it. So the DVD drive does not work. So to access the Wii games, you go to USB loader. And this is only a 256 SSD hard drive, crucial SSD drive. So there's not as many Wii games, so I try to pile up on the, make sure you get more GameCube games, because those are the ones that are, most people look for, hard to find and expensive. So you can see, hope you can see this, 238 gig hard drive. It's basically a 256. You got the system, it's 7 gigs free, 44 Wii games. It's just Wii games. And you can see you got the Neo Geo SNK Arcade Classic. Freedom Heaven.
Okay, let's go.
There's several new Super Mario Brother customs on here. As you can see in the list, several new Super Mario Brothers. And some custom Mario Kart. There's Bit Trip, another Super Mario Brothers. Mario Kart, that's my jam. I'm a Mario Kart guy. I'm not. Oh, this is one of the custom.
Oh, doggy. Wow, nice.
Some of these are just different skins, but the new Super Mario Brothers has some really different stuff on it. is in the game. That's not on my TV. So you get the deal. Probably went a little too long on that, so you can always fast forward past this. Moving right along, we'll go left to right. Atari. So the Atari, you'll hold the Wii remote like this. You'll press A to start the emulator. Go down a couple to ROMs. Press A. Find your ROM, it's in alphabetical order. When you search and you play the ROM and you come back in, it should stay on the last game where you played last. Then you can press A. Then you want to turn your remote sideways, press plus, and play some Space Invaders. You get the idea. When you want to exit, press home. Pick another game. If you want to exit this ROM, this emulator altogether, press home again. That's it. Moving right on to the Nintendo. This has pretty much every Nintendo game plus some customs. Now the Nintendo and the NES, the Super NES and the visual game, the Game Boy Advance or whatever, they're all the same as far as navigating through the folders alphabetically. If you go up too far and you see this stuff here. If you go up too far, then you just need to go back into mass storage, back into FCUGX, that's the Nintendo emulator. You see it in the upper right hand corner. Click that, then click your ROMs. Try not to get lost. Scroll to your subfolder and scroll down, find your ROMs. See all these Street Fighter hacks. Tons and tons of hacks. Customized. They call them hacks, but they're custom games. When you get in here, you want to press plus, 2. And once you start the game, this is important. Once you start the game, you can press home, save RAM and state, say yes. It might say that, but more importantly, you can do a manual save. This is most important to do a manual save. Do save and save new state. You can see where I saved one from Sunday. Save the new state. And save successful. Now you see that there's one from, it's not Wednesday, November 20, that's the previous one. This is not Sunday. I don't know why I did that. That's weird. The time and date stamp is correct on the Wii, so I'm not sure why it did that. But then when you want to go in here, go back. If you wanted to load a previous game save, you just do load and Sunday. You can see where there's different. To exit, press home. Main menu. Okay. Anyway, the save state is really cool. You can save it regardless of where you are. You could be jumping in midair. Your wife calls her, your mom calls her, whoever calls her. You can just press the home button, do the save state, and leave it and come right back to it and pick up right where you left off. Like I said, the navigation is the same for the Super Nintendo, and the Game Boy Advance stuff. see there's a bunch of custom world stuff in here. So now that we're in here, we press home button and see if there's a, say don't save. Then let's do a load and see if there's a previous load. There was a previous load, and it's just the same screen. But anytime during your playing the game, you can press the home button and do save state, do a manual save state to make sure that your progress is saved. And moving right along to Nintendo 64. Now the N64 and the GameCube, you will need the GameCube controller to play those games, and the classic games that are on the main menu, on the Wii main menu. So we could put our Wii remote down for a minute. Load ROM from that. Press A. You can use the left and right trigger buttons to navigate through. The last couple of these that I bought, they're really sensitive, and to press down without going left or right, you almost have to just very press the edge. But it's only when you're on a list like this. You just have to be careful. Sometimes it wants to go left or right, and eventually that'll loosen up. It's because they're so stiff in the case. Press A, start Mario Kart. And you'll see the auto save is enabled there. Press A to play the game. Press start.
Select your player. Yahoo! Select map.
Anyway, you know how to play. And exit, press start. Quit. And we're going to exit by pressing the reset button on the Wii. It'll bring you back to this. And quit. Say OK. Moving right on to the GameCube. On this, you always want to pick USB. There's not an SD card on this. Make sure your your settings are memory card emulations on. There it is. Force NTSC on your video mode. Other than that, I usually leave everything as a default. And pick your game and play it. Now occasionally, if you really want to play a game, for whatever reason, sometimes it won't use the virtual memory card. In that case, you might want to pick up a cheap third-party memory card if there's a game that you really want to play and it's not working with a virtual card. There's so many games on here, I haven't ever tested them all, but to say they've been tested by another guy. I shouldn't say that I didn't test them all, but I haven't played them all, and From what I understand, occasionally you run across just the GameCube, where it doesn't want to work. A game doesn't want to work with a virtual memory card. Worst case scenario, you buy a cheap third-party memory card. Now this, when you want to stop, you have to do either home on the Wii remote or press off. You have to actually turn the Wii off and then back on to exit. And that's only with the GameCube stuff. Sometimes you can press the Wii, the home button, it'll take you back to the main screen. But I don't know, it just seems kind of random. Moving right along. And I know a lot of people don't care for these old Atari games. Some of you do. Press A to load the cartridge. This is under the last folder that I was playing because I like to play Robotron. So scroll down to the game that you want to play. Robotron. Press A. Then turn your game sideways. This is not my favorite port of Robotron, but my favorite is the N64 version. So when you want to exit that, press the home button again. And somebody's talking, some visitor showed up at my house and they're talking really loud. I don't know who that is. Hopefully that's not bothering. Game Boy Advance stuff. Same thing, alphabetical order. And if you want to do a load save, you can press home button and load, and you'll see where I played. And you see it's already on world 1-2. So you see that the game save works. All in alphabetical order like the others one I showed you. And in the Sega, Tails be stoned. Tails stoned. Press A. Now this is important. If you go in here to load a game and you go into the Master System or the Mega Drive, these are the only two that are in here. These other systems are not on here. Master System, MS for Master System, MD for Mega Drive. So if you go in here and it says there's no games, then you go to Master System folder and there's all the games. Press home button to exit this. If you go into the Mega Drive and there's no games, just press MD for Mega Drive. Then you scroll through. Press home to exit that. Once you play some games for a while, your recents will build up and they'll be under here. And you can also see that some of these have pictures and some of these don't. Any of these that don't have pictures and you want a pictures, you don't have to do this, but if you want a picture, you click on the game that you're playing. Then once you're in the game, whatever you want to use as a screenshot for this game, it doesn't have to be the title screen, but whatever you want to use as a, if you want to use that, then you just press the home button to pause it and then hit the camera shot. Then you go back in to load your game and you reset, and you'll see that Afterburner now has a little screenshot. Sorry about that. Hopefully that'll help. Try not to rock the camera. Press plus. Press plus again. And you got some frogger going. Uh-oh. There we go. Not doing good. I think I may have accidentally changed the control options. Huh, seems okay. And if you ever have a problem finding the games, period, you can't find them all, go in here and make sure this is loading from the USB, not DVD, not SD, but USB. And it's fat. Weird, it's like it got stuck for a minute. Obviously, you see that a reset, simple reset, straightened it out. It's like it just wouldn't go in the direction I wanted it. And you get the idea. And then when you want to exit, press home. And you can press home again to exit. Oh, sorry, it's exit on this one. So that's it, except for some of the WiiWare games. Now these were games that were sold through the Wii Store when the Wii Store was still available. These cannot be transferred to a Wii U. If you try it, it'll just delete them. But there's Echo Shooter. I always want to say Echo Shooter. It's Eco Shooter. A lot of people like this game. So you get the idea. Oh, it is on November. Anyway, that's easily remedied. You just need to put in the correct date and time. All right, well, that's it.